Hello and welcome to Better Business Podcast. My name is Alexi, and it's been a while since I've done one of these episodes. Yes, it has been a very busy year. In fact, it's probably been the best year in terms of revenue and getting things done. I must say, at the same time, profits and other things have been challenging, but it's an ongoing game, right? It's always things that will pop up that you haven't really processed or planned for properly. But at the end of the day, as long as you're experiencing growth and you understand exactly where to improve your business, I think that's a win. So, best year yet. And if we do compare profit, probably best year as well, which is, I think, the most important part. So, there you go. But this episode isn't really about, my business. It's about my book. Finally, my book is out. So, it is available if you look for it on Amazon and a few other sources. And I will add a link to this podcast for you to get a copy. I want to say thank you to all of you guys for supporting me on this journey. And I do hope that once you get a copy, that you will enjoy this particular book. Look, it took me about 6 months to write the book, but all the things to complete the book as well as the program have taken a while. And in fact, even now, we are still finalizing the website in order to get this book launched properly. But I just wanted to announce this to you because this was a milestone of mine in 2025 to get this book published. So you will see on page 2 that it actually says that it has been published in November 2025, which is huge. So yay. Why this book? Well, look, a lot of the time I come across many business owners who are looking for guidance and advice. And I feel that a conversation sometimes is incomplete. If you answer a particular question, I find that often there's more to say, there's more to add, and there's actually a whole philosophy behind how some things are done. And that's something I always wanted to share with my customers and my friends and people that I care for. So this book is really, I guess, a collection of my thoughts and ideas, as well as my own journey that reflects on my business and my personal growth. And I really do hope that you will get to benefit from it as well. It talks about things like the importance of mindset, the common problems, and most importantly, you'll find some quick wins as to where you can make quick improvements in your business or your life if you're really wanting to make a change as well. So I thought that the best way to address this book was to give it a subtitle where how to fall back in love with your business while getting better clients, improving sales, and creating efficiency. I think that is really the core essence of a lot of stuck business owners, because starting a business is almost like it takes some inspiration and it's romance, right? You fall in love with the idea, you put something together, you create it, and then over time many businesses become a transaction. They become something that just pays the bills, and a lot of the time people really fall out of love with the business. So if you're able to fall back in love with it for the reasons why you've started it and find ways to reflect on your vision, on the way you believe, on the actual change that you bring to the world, I think that is a huge win as well. If you get clarity, if you get new ideas out of this book, that is all music to my ears. And make sure to flick me a short message or email to let me know what you guys think, what you enjoy, what you didn't like. And on my website, betterbusinessthatworks.com, there's going to be a free chapter as well, which is where you could download one of my chapters to give you an idea. If you're not ready to buy anything, I think that would be a good way to start. I think along with this book as well, it's important to say that I am launching my group coaching program as well. So for any of you who are feeling stuck, who are looking for a little bit of guidance, I am more than happy to work with you. All we need to do is obviously book a discovery call and see if we're the right fit for one another. I mean, while I'd love to help as many people as I can, I'm not a magician, and we've got to be on the same page in order to be able to do it as well. I think that's going to be the fairest way to do it. Anyway, enough about my book. Hopefully you get the idea that it's out, and partially why this channel exists is because I've launched that specifically to support the launch of my book. I've got big plans for the book. Now that you're able to access, I guess, all of my secrets, it'd be a different conversation if you and I connect and start talking about enhancing your business, running better marketing, improving your sales, putting systems in place, coming up with a growth plan, partnership, strategies, and so on and so on. I guess what I wanted to do is I wanted to really wrap up the year by giving you 3 tips for 2026. I know it's been a huge year for many of you. There's been some challenges in terms of staff, scalability, economy playing up and all, but that's only normal. These problems do create opportunities on the other side as well. So while some businesses have somewhat struggled, other businesses have, I think, gained a lot from this particular exercise. So tip number one for you is to stop optimizing. I find that a lot of people do a lot of optimization in their business, whether it's SEO, process optimization, and it becomes a habit. Look, if you've been doing something for a very long time and you haven't been able to delegate it, I think you have found yourself another job. You have created something that doesn't really require you to be doing it all the time. Your job is to be the visionary. I mean, it really depends on your business, but if you run a business where you're in charge, where you got other people working for you, your job is to inspire, motivate people, and be in charge of the whole of the entire business, not just optimizing certain processes. Yes, I get it. We've got our own strengths and weaknesses, and some of us may be better in accounts, some of us may be better in marketing and so on. But if you just focus on that, you're completely missing the point of the entire business, and you are basically growing it only one area at a time. That is a huge problem, I find. So rather than optimizing, start choosing what's most important and where you need to be focusing. If you're trying to chase a bunch of different audiences or trying different marketing techniques all the time, that's fine, but don't make that a habit, guys, because I find that people go from Facebook to Google, but they don't really solve the problem of growing their business. You've replaced one channel to another, and yes, you may be getting more leads, but what end result are you getting in the end? Are you actually driving more business through, or potentially is it about quality or quantity? That's what you need to be asking yourself. The second tip, I guess, is you need to focus on the systems that basically work without you. And this is the big dilemma in every business, where a business owner goes and creates a process, turns it into a system, which is typically a bunch of different processes combined together. And then other people are really struggling to execute it. And you end up being the only one who can actually run that system or keep someone in line with that system. Now, with the amount of AI and automation right now, there's a lot of different solutions that are available. And I strongly advise you to ask yourself a question as to, why are certain systems, there that are not working without you? What is it that you've done wrong? Is it a reflection of how you do things that people are unable to repeat? Is it something that potentially has been fundamentally set up wrong? Or maybe your team just isn't trained specifically to follow this system. There's a lot of things in there that need to be considered. And in my book, I do talk about, personality profiling, and potentially that may be one thing that you need to look into in order to align people with the right tasks to start with. And finally, I think that you need to, have a look at the whole market reality. So what I mean by that is, my tip for you here is have a look at what the market wants. Where is the market? Where is it moving to? Are you in line with the actual change within the economy, within the industry, in order to align your service or product with it? Because you'll find that the customers will always evolve in the way they behave or buy or make decisions. And at the end of the day, if your product or your marketing or your sales process is not aligned, then you're going to be losing ground with that as well. So make sure you do a market reality check and understand exactly where your market is and what you need to be doing. This also includes reviewing your pricing and understanding what your competitors are doing as well. So don't just look at the market itself. And if you're looking for ways to do it, hit me up. I'll be happy to give you a few ideas as to how you can get some feedback from the market, or where you can actually check to see what the behavior is really like as well. Anyway, it's been a cracker of a year. I'll try to make this a much more of a frequent exercise. I've obviously got a mission of doing this book launch now in order to get this into the masses and making it a bestseller. So wish me luck. Otherwise, I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll speak to you soon.